Over 80% of breaches start with phishing. Not 0 days, not sophisticated malware, an email. And in 2026, that email doesn't have spelling errors anymore. AI wrote it. It looks exactly like your CFO. It knows about the project you're working on. Today, we're breaking down how phishing actually works in 2026, how to spot it, and how to stop it before it stops you. Phishing is social engineering delivered through digital channels. The attacker pretends to be someone you trust, creates urgency or fear, and gets you to do something you shouldn't. Click a link, download a file, hand over credentials, or send money. There are 5 main flavors. Traditional phishing is the mass market version. Millions of emails blasted out, hoping a few % click. Spear phishing is targeted. The attacker researched you specifically. Whaling goes after executives. Phishing is voice phishing, a phone call instead of email. Smishing is SMS, and Cushing is the new one, QR codes that route you to malicious sites. The one that costs the most money isn't ransomware. It's business email compromise, BEC. The attacker impersonates an executive or vendor and tricks someone in finance into wiring money to a fraudulent account. The FBI's IC3 report puts BEC losses at over $3 billion a year. For years, we told people to look for spelling errors, awkward grammar, and generic greetings. That advice is dead. AI-generated phishing emails are grammatically perfect. They reference your recent LinkedIn post. They mention the project name from your job description. They sound exactly like the person they are impersonating. Voice cloning has moved from a research demo to real attack. Attackers scrape public audio, conference talks, podcasts, YouTube videos, and clone an executive's voice. Then they call the CFO's assistant and authorize a wire transfer. This has already happened multiple times for millions of dollars. The biggest shift is scale. A spear phishing campaign that used to take a week of manual research now takes 10 minutes. AI reads the target's LinkedIn, drafts a custom email, and moves to the next target, higher quality, unlimited volume. That's the 2026 threat landscape. There's also the dark web economy. Phishing as a service platforms sell ready-to-use phishing kits and credential harvesting pages. You don't need to be a hacker to run a phishing campaign anymore. You just need a credit card. If you are a SOC analyst or aspiring one, here's what you actually look at when a phishing report comes in. First, email headers. Every email carries technical metadata that tells you where it really came from. SPF checks whether the sender server is authorized for that domain. DKIM verifies the email wasn't modified in transit. DMARC ties it all together and tells receiving servers what to do when checks fail. If a claimed CFO at yourcompany.com fails DMARC, that's a red flag. You can see it in the headers immediately. Second, URL analysis. Never click the link. Hover over it, sandbox it, or run it through a URL analyzer like urlscan.io. Check the domain age. Attackers spin up fresh domains for campaigns. A domain registered 3 days ago that's asking for your Office 365 credentials is a giveaway. Third, SIEM correlation. After a reported phish, look for impossible travel logins from geographically impossible locations within short time frames. Look for authentication anomalies. Look for new auth app grants. Attackers love using OAuth to maintain access even after password resets. Fourth, behavioral indicators in the email itself. Urgency pressure, authority claims, unusual requests, buy gift cards, send codes, don't tell anyone. These are social engineering signatures that AI still hasn't fully removed because they are structural to the attack, not stylistic. How do we stop it? Defense in depth. No single control catches everything, so layer them. Layer 1 is your email gateway filtering. Proofpoint, Mimecast, Microsoft Defender. These tools use AI now. They analyze tone, intent, sender reputation, and attachment behavior in real time. They catch a huge percentage of phishing before it reaches an inbox. Layer 2 is DMARC. If your organization publishes and enforces DMARC properly, attackers can't spoof your domain in outbound emails. Most organizations don't enforce it. Fix that. Layer 3 is MFA everywhere. Even when credentials get phished, MFA blocks the login. Not SMS-based MFA. Attackers can SIM swap around that. Use authenticator apps or hardware keys like YubiKeys. Layer 4 is security awareness training, not the once-a-year checkbox video. Continuous simulated phishing campaigns, targeted feedback when someone clicks, and a celebration when someone reports. Culture matters more than content. Layer 5 is incident response. When someone does click, and someone always does, you need a plan. Isolate the account. Reset those credentials. Revoke active sessions and OAuth tokens. Trace lateral movement and document. The organizations that recover the fastest are the ones that practiced. That's phishing in 2026. AI-powered, harder to spot, cheaper for attackers, more dangerous for defenders. But the fundamentals still work. Email headers, DMARC, MFA, and a team that reports suspicious messages instead of clicking them. I put together a phishing red flags checklist you can download at Nas'scybercorner.com. Link is in the description. In the next episode, we're breaking down ransomware, how it works, how attackers get in, and how organizations survive it. Subscribe so you don't miss it.